Hey guys, Chris here with the Blue Collar Trader again. Just wanted to touch base with everybody one more time. I say everybody like there's people watching me. But so I had mentioned in my previous video that I had a small $1 loss on CZOO. And well, I multiplied that loss. I decided to get back in and I broke two of my cardinal rules. And for that, I am going to prescribe myself 150 burpees, which is what Tim Sykes usually says when people break their rules. So I will be punishing myself with that tonight. So what happened was I decided to get back into CZOO because it seemed to be doing good, and it dipped off the highs enough for me for what I believed was a decent entry for the market conditions, since everything's been running crazy and really hasn't stopped. It's everything is up. I mean, as we're speaking, APDN, which I had told you about, Applied DNA Sciences, this is a monkeypox play, is now up 412% at $3.49. When we were talking about it, it was up a little under 200%, or just at 200%, at around $2, $2.75. Now it's at $3.49. I made the mistake of not choosing APDN because it started getting a little bit too sideways for me and it just wasn't looking right. And then I paid too much attention to CZOO and I wasn't paying any attention to anything else. Instead, I ended up taking probably the worst trade I've ever taken. And I know that sounds bad, but I'm going to use this as a learning experience. And I just want to tell you what I did. So I initially bought CZOO at around $1.60, which was a dip off the highs. I figured it would retest the highs and possibly continue. So after I bought at 160, it dipped down to about 159. I had only put a starter on. I only bought 25 shares at 160. So then I bought another 25 at 159, and when that didn't work, it came down to about 152. I added another 50. So now I'm up to 100 shares, right? It came down a little bit more, and I said, okay, I'm going to add right here at my last trade, my first entry, which worked. I added another 50 shares. So now I'm up to 150 shares. Then that didn't work. So I broke my number one rule, which is cut losses quickly, multiple times. I said to myself, and this is me rationalizing in my head why I should widen my risk, which you should never do. You should stick to your risk and cut losses quickly, no matter what. Then I rationalized that, well, look, it bounced off of VWAP, so this could potentially be an afternoon VWAP hold play. And it had done that twice earlier. And this is why I don't trade midday anymore, because you get caught up in stupid shit like this. And I ended up losing $42 or $44. I know $44 doesn't sound like much, and it's not much monetarily, but for me, that represents one of my largest trading losses. And I don't know why I widened my risk. I do know why I widened my risk. I know because the market's been crazy, so I decided to give it a little bit wider of a risk to try and see if I can average down and still make a salvage and make a profit and dig my heels in and try and dig myself out. I just thinking back now and into the moment, I believe that's why I did it. But I shouldn't have. I should have just cut losses quickly, and if I really wanted to, I could have waited and I could have entered again later. But Now, this is the other problem, is I just wasted another one of my day trades. So now I only have one day trade left for the rest of the week. But I can take trades overnight, just like REV, which makes sense to me. That pattern has been working for me, and I've been able to identify and capitalize on the stocks that it's going to work on. So most likely that's what I'm going to do. But I wanted to share with you guys my loss, just because so many people on here don't. They only show you the good. And that's it. I mean, if you want to see all my trades, go to profit.ly and look up Chris Olivetto. That's my Profitly account. And you can see all my trades. There's a couple of losses, obviously, over $40 in there. But that was from before I really started adopting and trying to live by the rules that I have implemented. And that's what's kind of been able to keep me afloat, because in an industry where 90% of traders lose, you have to be able to do something different. If you do the same thing that those 90% of traders are doing, you're going to lose. And if you look at Tim Sykes, Tim Bowen at Stocks to Trade, you'll be set up for success. I'm not saying you'll succeed, but you will definitely be in a better position than you were prior. Anyhow, I might make one more video after this one later tonight, just outlining what my overnight trade is going to be. Expect that around 5 o'clock. We'll see, 4:30, 5 o'clock. Anyhow, I know you guys don't like watching videos more than 5 minutes, and we're already at 7. So I will leave it at that, and see you on the flip side. God bless, and God bless our troops.